What's up? We got Legend of Tomorrow, Season 3, Episode 1, Aruba-con. So this episode starts off with the legend being like, Sarah, you just said you broke time. And she's like, no, I didn't say it. I said they broke time. And he's like, so there's the big band and dinosaurs are rolling. And yeah, he's like, hey, Amaya, try to, Rome tried to spirit with one, but that's when portals open up, and one portal happens to be Andrew Garfield. No, it's actually Rip. Or it's Tobey Maguire. No, it's actually Rip too. Rip decides to say, oh no, wait a minute, is that Tom Holland? Yeah, I decided to make that joke. And Rip decides to say, hey guys. And he's like, time forming the Time Bureau to replace the Time Masters. And she's like, I told you I'd be finding someone to replace the Time Masters. And she's like, 5 hours ago, and he's like, nope, creating the Time Bureau has taken 5 years of his life. And he's like, since I was the one to put together you guys, I'm the one to officially disband you. Legend, you are officially relieved of your duties. So let me see, 6 months have passed, and Sarah now works at a store called Sinks and Stuff, and with her annoying boss, who she dreams of killing, because So then we see Ray, and he's working at an app store called Upswipes, and they basically don't want to take any of its apps. So then we see Nate, and he's defeating the bad guy when Wally, Kid Flash, shows up and helps him defeat the bad guys. And it's like, come on, Wally. He's like, oh yeah, you were defeating the bad guy. So yeah. And then we see Mick, and he's just drinking beers on Aruba when Julius Caesar shows up. So yeah. So he calls Sarah and is like, hey Sarah, Julius Caesar just showed up in Aruba. And she's like, wait, is this an anachronism? Anachronisms are basically people, places, and things that have been distorted throughout history. So this is basically the legend needs to defeat part of the season, like the time aberrations in season 2. So yeah, so they decided to sneak on the Wave Rider and decided to basically get to the Time Bureau, and they sneak into the Time Bureau, and the Time Bureau's like, and one of the Time Bureau agents, which we know as Agent Sharp, and he's like, we are the legends, and she's like, ooh, we know exactly who you losers are. And then Rip's like, hold your fire, everyone. And he's like, and then Nate starts attacking him, saying, why'd you send Amaya back? And he's like, Amaya wanted to go back in 1942 to save Zambezi. So that's why Amaya is just not in the season at all. That's why she's gone from the season. She was in the first half, but now she's just gone from the season. Man, they cut out Amaya. Bye, Amaya. And yeah, so he's like, I thought you two broke up. So he's like, yeah. So he's like, yeah. Yeah. R.I.P. to the relationship of Nate and Amaya. They kissed last season, and immediately 6 months later they break up. We didn't even get to see them date. Their relationship lasts longer than Barry and Iris. Yeah, I'm making an Iris West reference. That main character in the last review. So yeah. So anyway, they decide to. So they decide to Julius Caesar. So yeah. So we see King Arthur, and he remembers Rip, but Rip from when Rip turned him evil, and when Rip was evil, and Rip just blasts his memory and sends him back to Camelot. So I kind of like that play to season 2, where Rip had the whole evil phase. Kind of liked that reference. So yeah, so they basically go onto the Wave Rider and basically go on to the Wave Rider, and it's like, and they're doing one of their missions, and they basically make fun of the Legend by saying, "Ooh, we wouldn't just attack the person. We're not." So yeah. And let's talk about Jax and Stein. So Jax has recently got out of school, and Stein is just hanging out with his wife, his pregnant daughter Lily, and yeah, his daughter's pregnant, which is kind of interesting. So they decided to go and fight. So they're like, we fix things for the better. That's our motto now. That's our motto now. So Agent Sharp gets captured because Nate accidentally dropped his book of important events that Julius Caesar reads. So Julius Caesar now knows what's going to happen. So he conquers the known world and the unknown world, basically changing everything. So they decide to go and attack. So they decided to save Agent Sharp, and the boss of Time Bureau is Director Wilbur Bennett, played by Principal Kwon from Smallville, and he also played the Doctor from Arrow. This guy gets a lot of roles. So they decide to take back Nate's book and save Director Sharp, and Director Sharp's like, what? Sarah, from seeing your team, you are as worth as I imagined. You and your team are as worth as I imagined you'd be. Oh, this is the start of their, they start the show always do this. You have two characters who they start out as enemies, but as soon as you do it, you just get together. That's how it's gonna be. And we love these two. They're the best couple. They're the best thing that Legends War ever brought to the show. So, except for this season, where they bring that character who's my queen character, and I'm going to mention her when we get her in the season. So yeah. So they're like, the legend are the reason why Malice is free, and I'm like, who's Malice? Who is he, and why is he here? I hope they're doing their flashback thing where it's like, this character's here because the legend did this, and it's just like we never get the full potential of why the legend did this, and it drives all the fans crazy. So yeah, so Stein decides to stay on the ship because he's like, the legends are his, just because he wants to be there, be the birth of his grandson. The legends are his family, and he wants to be there for the legend. So yeah, so the legend should party So yeah, so then we see Nate, and he's looking at a picture of Amaya. That's when Ray's like, wow, looking at a file of your ex. So then we see Amaya and Zambezi, and some Belgium people are like, hey, they talking Belgium, and she's like, hey, Zambezi is her home, and she basically creates like a bunch of elephants, and that's where the episode ends. So I really enjoyed this episode. It was a good premiere and the good start of a good season of Legend of Tomorrow, because obviously I love this show. CW was wrong to cancel after 7 seasons. We will eventually get to all the 7 seasons, but I love this show. It's one of the best shows that I've ever seen, and starting from season 3, it'll just get better. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time for more Legend of Tomorrow. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 there. See you next time for more Legend.